Alright, what up everybody? Starting on some new stuff. Well, not entirely new, I did this like a month ago. But yeah, we finished what we were working on last time, and I have a bunch of unfinished sketches and shit laying around, so that's basically what I'm going to be knocking out. Some stuff, although this is probably going to take a while. So after I'm done with this, I'll probably have new projects to be working on. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and dive in on this because I've had this laying around for a while. I wanted to go ahead and ink it, color it, so I was pretty proud of how it turned out in the end. It's got a lot of animation stuff going on with it and some like variable animation, so some of the stuff like this little like shiny what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, what the hell am I talking about here? The little glare, the glare on the end of the knife there, that's like full 24 frames. I think everything else is like 8 frames, I think. The ball is only 8 frames for sure. The little effect that I did for the face, the TV face, yeah, that's not that many frames either, but if we kind of extend this all the way to 24, you can see, yeah, see the glare kind of travels all the way up. Everybody can see that. Yeah, and if the audio isn't good, someone can just let me know in chat. That would be appreciated. I think I got it sorted out last time pretty well there, so hopefully you shouldn't have any more problems with that going forward. But yeah, so we're gonna mess around with this. I think, like I say, this is probably going to take a decent amount of time just because there's a lot of detail in this one. But yeah, it's a fun piece. I had a lot of fun working on it. Like I said, pretty proud of how it turned out and everything. A lot of detail in it, so yeah, it's definitely going to take a while to finish, I think. I'm just going to get rid of all these extra layers here so we can start working on this. Yeah, just clean all this up here. And then we will get started inking. Yeah, everything else is just reference stuff, which in all honesty I could probably get rid of a lot of these layers since we're starting on actual like inking. I'm not even sure what some of these are. Probably stuff that I just got. Yeah, these are like the older versions of some of this stuff, so we can get rid of all that now. We don't need that anymore. Shit. Let's see what's this. Yep, it's old. All these can go. Do I want to keep this? I might need that for a reference later. So we'll keep that. Yeah, same with that. I think all the rest of this can go. We'll make a new folder. We'll keep these reference layers in here just in case. Yeah. Alright, so. All right. So let's see. Where do we want to start here? I mean, I would say start with that chain, but that's just gonna be like super tedious. I don't know if I want to start with that. Let's start with just the body, and then we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, turn that down a little bit. And then let's see, what do I want? Oh, we can go ahead and close the timeline for now. And yeah, let's go ahead and start on this. I think should be a perfect circle. I think I created this using the ellipse tool, so we'll just do that to save ourselves some time. It would help if I created a new layer first. Yeah, that's 2. 6 that's too good. 4, I think, is what I usually do. Yeah, this is actually like a variant on my friend's like VTuber persona. Actually, it's just their character really that they sort of use as their VTuber persona. But I don't think I have chat commands worked in that yet. But I can link to their channel and do that real quick. Yeah, so there's a link to their channel if anyone wants to follow them over there. They do a lot of art. They're just very talented artists. They stream games and stuff sometimes too. Yeah, so definitely check them out. Alright, so we got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and where's my cool. So let's see. I need to do like warm-ups before I start streaming, so I'm not like super rusty. Come on, I should have kept like there was like a line in the very beginning that was perfect, and now I can't get it anymore. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that. say maybe I should just copy that line over, but actually that part doesn't have to be perfect anyway, because it's going to get released in just a second. Actually, let's go ahead and save ourselves some more time here. We'll just go ahead and do this. That's our circle as well. We need to spend like 20 minutes trying to get that perfect back freehand in it. There should probably be like a little bit that comes out here. So yeah, something like that. This connects onto. side sort of has like a, it's going to have that middle part cut out of it, so I don't need to get that too perfect because that's going to get erased in just a second anyway. Yeah, same thing with that part too. This side sort of the opposite of the other one. Like this side has a lot of little like parts sticking out of it instead of the recessed parts on the other side. No, okay, I couldn't see that. So let's do it right there. Yeah. I feel like I crammed a lot of detail into this one, and now it's like coming back to canvas. But too, man, I noticed just a second ago that the canvas size is a little smaller than what I normally work in, and I hope I'm not using the This isn't a downscaled version that I saved. I just want to check real quick and see. Let's see here. Yeah, it's the same size. Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't like using the wrong file or anything. Alright. Back to work. So yeah, I should have like a little part cut out of it here. Top there, we need to sort of cut some of this out. I sort of feel like maybe this line isn't even what it's supposed to be. Looks like it should be right there. Yeah, it's like way off. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit here. Take off some of that. Oops, Jesus. Like that. And then this line here. I feel like this angle is a little too steep. Give ourselves some more room here. I think the problem is this line right here, actually. It's not where it should be. It needs to be more like that. So it should be more like that. Still looks kind of off, but actually, yeah, it still looks like, yeah, it looks way off, actually. How's that line looking? I guess that kind of was weird looking on the original, too. I don't know, we'll go with it for now. Trying to figure out what's off about it, though. I don't know, we'll go with it for now. Because I sort of feel like this side can get cleaned up a little bit too. This line right here. It's weird. I feel like the same thing on the other side. There needs to be like a little, like a little nub or whatever sticking out there for the antenna to connect onto. Yeah, it looks good so far. Let's see that. Let's do this line here. Shade. definitely tell that like this is smaller than the canvas I usually use, and I'm almost tempted to just blow it up. But, definitely, yeah. Inking is definitely my least favorite part of this entire fucking process, like by far, dude. I really wish I could just, yeah. I almost wish I could find someone else that, to ink all my stuff, because man, do I hate it. And man, do I kind of suck at it too. I feel like it's like after I've been working on it for an hour or so, I usually will get into a rhythm, you know, but man, it's brutal for this first like half an hour or so, that's for sure. I feel bad. I feel like there's like this inconsistent thickness here. But yeah, it's coming along, it's coming along. Keep working on this. Pretty good, actually. Anytime I have to do these like really long lines, it's yeah, it's sometimes hard to get all this stuff to match up, but it's coming out pretty good, I think. I feel like this could be a little bit more like rounder, but let's see what it's like. Is it really noticeable? Yeah, it kind of is. Especially because like this side curves and this side has like no curve in it. Yeah, let's see if we can come this a little bit. Yeah, for sure. You can still tell if there's like a bit more of a curve on this side, but let's see here real quick. No, yeah, I mean, it's not really noticeable when I flip the canvas, so that's good. To be moved in a little bit. Actually, it probably just needs to be a little bigger. Maybe a bit loose. Yeah, I can still tell that these are like slightly different. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. It's fine. Alright. What's up, bro? What you getting into, man? See, I have this turned off. Cause I need to really do the chains and stuff like a separate layer. But I have a feeling that I didn't. Yeah, shit, I did erase all that shit. That's whatever. Okay, had class right on. What kind of shit did you do today there? Fucking, is it your electronics courses or whatever? I probably should have kept those another layer. Converting machine. Oh wow, shit. Sounds pretty intense. Definitely sounds way over my head. Like, did you already get your grade back and shit? Did you pass your test, or do you know? Mustard color. Oh shit. Damn, that sucks. I definitely remember that kind of shit there, man, like for sure. Fucking substitute teacher, like just basically like not even doing shit, just like, yeah. Oh, nice, damn, right on. The best kind of test for sure. Yeah, I feel like that's the other kind of shit where like as long as you like vaguely fucking pay attention, like you know where to like look in the book for that shit, like. Damn, doing this hair is definitely gonna be a workout, because yeah, I put a lot of work, I put a lot of detail into these lines. Nice, nice. I sort of feel like with some of that shit, it's all about like how your fucking brain is like wired anyway, because I don't know, I was just never fucking any good at math, man, so I'd probably be struggling with that shit if it's like math based type shit. Is like all it's just sticking out too much. Let's see if I can do something with this. Oh shit, that was actually pretty good. my god. Fucking YouTube pausing the fucking video once again. Yes. So annoying, dude. So annoying. Actually, if I remember correctly, I think this knife is totally, yeah, this is animated, so I actually need to not draw that right now. So we'll skip that, we'll turn that off, just because, yeah, I need to make sure not to do that. Because when the glare travels up the knife edge, that whole thing basically needs to like fade out, or parts of it need to clip out. So I don't want to draw that now. We'll save that. We'll just make that a separate layer basically. Yeah. I just want to sort of do like the whole outer edge of this. And then, yeah, like move in, I guess. Some of these lines are really long too. Oh, nice. It's pretty good. Good enough. That works. Yeah, I'm really dreading doing this hair though. I have to almost figure something out for that, because there's just so many flowing lines and they sort of all flow into each other. I almost need to look into some different pens, I think, to do my inking stuff for some shit like that. So I guess we can do, let's try gonna go all the way around the edge here. It's like this was the only part of this drawing I was unhappy with anyway, was this arm here. It looks sort of janky. Let's see how it looks. These lines in here. This is the bottom part of it, so I just need to have this little cutting. Yeah, there's a lot of yeah, this one there's a lot of detail and a lot of animated stuff too. I can show you real quick. I'm not gonna. I'll pull up the old file because I already. Let's see which one is this. This one. So yeah, so there's a lot of animation on this one. It's like the ball rotates. There's like this sort of glitch effect on the TV, and then this layer, which is actually a lot longer. This goes all the way. It's a full 24 frames. So it travels all the way up the knife like that. Yeah, this, put a lot of work into this one. This one's kind of, I was real happy with the way this one came out, man, but it's I put a lot of fucking detail into it, and yeah, it's definitely going to take, I was saying at the beginning of the stream, this one's probably going to take a while to finish, but, I sort of wanted to finish it. I've been putting it off, I don't know, that's sort of almost how I work, is that I'll sketch a lot, do a lot of sketches. I go through like phases where I'll just do a lot of sketches and I don't really ink anything, and then I'll sort of go back and ink all the shit that I've been sketching. So yeah, there's other stuff that I've done too, but I think that like after this is done, the next big focus is going to be that music video, because I gotta get cracking on that. But that's the thing, is by the time this is done on stream, I should have enough of the music video sketched out that I'll have plenty of work to keep me busy on stream and do that. So I feel like this is going to sort of work out really well. right? Oh my god, man. So I'm fucking doing my dishes tonight, you know, and fucking all of a sudden I just start to feel this like tapping on my foot. Like I couldn't tell what the fuck it was at first, you know, like literally it was just this sort of like tapping feeling on my foot, and then like my foot starts to feel wet, and I look down and there's like water like dripping down the cabinet, or at least that's what it looked like at first, you know. And upon closer inspection, there's like actually like a small waterfall has formed at the base of the cabinet. So I'm like, what the fuck is this, you know? So fucking open the cabinet up, and man, there's a fucking leak in the kitchen sink, and it's just literally just like it's completely flooded. The underneath of the sink, the cabinet under the sink is completely flooded, which I keep all the plastic bags. You know, I go to the grocery store, I get plastic bags, I use the bags for trash or whatever, and that's where they're all stored, is under there. And literally, dude, there's a plastic bag that's under there's a plastic bag that's under there that's literally just like completely fucking just full of water. It's just been like catching the water, and it's now completely full, and it's just like a water balloon basically. So fucking, yeah, I gotta call these fucking people tomorrow and have them come out and fix that shit. Like, god damn it, dude, I swear to god I can't go more than like a month without some fucking catastrophe. This apartment building is just completely falling apart, and like it sketches me out too, because I just worry like that they're gonna kick us all out, you know, because the building is like about to be fucking condemned basically, like. And like, man, they jacked up my fucking rent by a lot this year, which like they had been real lax about that shit years previous or whatever. But like, yeah, I almost want to like call this fucking landlord up and be like, look, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm paying for here, because this place is falling the fuck apart and you aren't maintaining it worth a shit. Like, I don't know if I'm prepared to pay this fucking rent increase unless something's gonna change around here, dude, you know? But like, I know they wouldn't, I know he'd say some bullshit, well, you know, yeah, that's what this place basically is. It's over 100 years old. This place is old as fuck, man. And the pipes are the worst of it. Like, the pipes in the whole building are just completely fucked. Yeah, that's how it is, dude. And like I've gotten to know the maintenance people real well, dude. And there's literally 3 maintenance people for this entire company's like property base. So the dude told me that they have over like 100 properties to maintain, and there's only 3 of these motherfuckers. And it's just like, what the fucking fuck, dude? Like when Dude Man told me that, I was just like, yo, I was like, I hope y'all are getting paid like very well, because this is some bullshit, man. Like, and I mean, he told me like, no, like not at all. Like, which that's the thing I almost really do want to call the landlord up and be like, look, bro, if you're increasing my rent, like, you better be paying your fucking maintenance people more. You better be hiring more of them. You better be doing fucking something with that money other than pocketing that shit, because, yeah, this is some bullshit, man. Like, it almost came to the point during the pandemic where I wanted... No, I know they're not. I know he's fucking not. I know who... This landlord is a sleazebag, dude. Big time fucking sleazeball. Like, this guy is just a fucking yuppie piece of shit. And, like, yeah, fuck, dude. See, that's what I'm saying. So, at the start... Not at the start of the pandemic, but, like, halfway through the pandemic, I started to look into, like, what it would take to organize a fucking... tenants union in our place, and there is a local tenants union. There's a Tidewater tenants union or whatever. They're based in Norfolk. So I need to hit them up, man, and see what the fucking deal is. They followed me on Twitter because, like, back when I was trying to, like, I was gonna look into organizing that shit, I got in touch with them and was telling them the fucking deal. But, like, nothing ever fucking came of it. Which is that's mostly my fault, because I totally dropped the ball on that shit. But yeah, I need to fucking look into that, man, because we do have rights here. We do have like I say, we do have a tenants union. There's a local tenants union. So, and man, they evicted somebody in our building too. Like, and I could tell that shit was like under some fucked up pretenses, because like, I think Dude Man lost his job during the pandemic, and like, he obviously, you know, couldn't fucking pay. But like, they still, the fuck, it's so fucking whack, dude. The fucking like sheriffs will still come by and put notes on this motherfucker's door, even though he's been evicted like fucking 6 months ago or whatever. These dumb motherfuckers, dude, you know. Like, what the fuck are they even doing, dude? Fucking goddamn fucking Po9. Fucking ACAB, bro. Shit just like makes me real mad, dude, because like these people just like don't know that they have rights and shit. Like, that's why I was looking into trying to organize our building, because I was like, man, yeah, totally fucking clueless ass fucking cops, dude. Like, how the fuck are y'all this dumb, man? Y'all don't even know this motherfucker got evicted like 6 months ago, still putting fucking eviction notices on his door and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. But like, I had posted up shit about, like, you know, how to get in touch with the union and shit, but I think somebody like took them down, because like, I would put them up and they would only stay up for like a few days, and then the fucking note would disappear. So like, I'm pretty sure the like maintenance person or whatever, well, not the maintenance people, they have this other dude that comes around that just basically like cleans the windows and like sweeps the hallways and shit, and I think he was fucking throwing that shit away, which, like, whatever, bro. But yeah, the fucking whole cop situation just makes me mad weak, because it's like, man, how do y'all not know this dude doesn't fucking live here anymore? Like, what the fuck? Like, they've since even like completely gutted that apartment, that like suite, you know, his apartment, and like they were doing a bunch of fucking plumbing work in there and shit, and like they completely repainted. They've been repainting it this week, because like my whole fucking apartment building reeks of fucking paint. Like, fucking, that's ridiculous. I need to look into all that shit anyway, man, because the Virginia offers rent relief still from the pandemic, and like, dude, my ass can like barely cover my bills, you know, it's like I need to be getting like any kind of fucking relief I can at this point. Like, and that's just free money, dude. It's just sitting there. Like, you know, like, I really need to fucking look at. I found the paperwork for it, and I can make copies of it and shit. I just need to fucking basically like go to the website and see what the fucking deal is. Like, same thing with my utility bills and shit. Like, I almost got my fucking electricity shut off last month. Like, they sent me some fucking notice in the mail saying like, oh yeah, if you don't fucking pay, like, if you don't pay like a portion of what you owe, like in a week or whatever, you might have your shit turned off. I was like, oh well, I guess I know how long I can go without doing this now. Which, like, I didn't even owe that much. It wasn't even that big of a fucking deal, but it's one of those things, like, I don't know what the fuck my problem is. I really need to look into, like, as much fucking, like, financial assistance shit as I can. I've been totally slacking on that shit, and, like, you know, it's like I said before, man, my car's almost paid off and shit, so it's like I'm definitely getting to the point where I'll have more money anyway, but like I need to fucking be saving so I can get the fuck out of here when the lease is up next year or whatever. I'm not trying to stick around this place anymore. Yeah, that's basically what I fucking did. I mean, I basically paid what they told me I had to pay, and then I was like, yeah, I told them like, you know, I can make like the fucking minimum payment, which is like, $10 or whatever the fuck, like, which, like, my electric bill's mad small anyway, you know, it's like, that's the thing, and I just hadn't been paying it in a long ass time, but it's the same thing with, like, my car payment. Like, there was a point there where I was having trouble making that shit last year, and, like, I basically, like, hit them up, and I was like, yeah, I can't fucking pay, you know, what you're asking me to pay for a month, but I can pay, like, a minimum payment of like this much or whatever, and they were like, yeah, that's fine. Like, but I've gotten back on top of that shit. Like, that's my like big focus, is getting the car paid off, because once I do that, like, that's a lot of fucking money in my pocket every month. Like, that's my biggest expense, you know, except for rent. So plus, like, if I get it paid off, that means I can get it off of full coverage insurance. I can get cheaper insurance, and like, it's just a huge fucking money sink right now. I mean, definitely a lot better than having to pay fucking a constant stream of car repairs and shit. Like, that's the thing, is I haven't had to have any work done to it, except for I had to have new brakes put in last month, which that's what fucked me. That's why I didn't have money to pay like all the other fucking bills and shit. Like, but it's like, yeah, it's been running fine. I do have some part that has to, like, some recalled part. I need to fucking take it to the Ford dealership and have that part replaced. But I have until, like, the car's at 150,000 miles to do that. And it's still just, like, nowhere near that shit, so I haven't really been fucking stressing about it, but as usual, I'm just a fucking procrastinator. I put all that shit off to, like, the last second. Yeah, the pads are cheap, but that's the thing. I needed new rotors, man. The rotors were fried. That's the part that had to be replaced. The front rotors, they were completely fucking just annihilated, dude. Like, you could literally, like, see that they were fucked, man. Like, you could see these, like, deep grooves, and it was just all kinds of fucked up. I don't think the brakes had, like, ever been replaced on that thing. I have the Carfax report. I never even looked at it, but I get the sense that they just had never been replaced. like, because the rotors were so fucked, dude. Like, especially towards the end, because, like, it took me, like, when the brakes started acting weird, it still took me, like, another couple weeks so I could save up enough money to get them replaced, and, like, dude, they looked so, they looked so bad by the time I had them replaced. And the fucking noise they were making, like, oh my god, dude, it was just like, it was so bad, dude. It just straight up just sounded like gravel, like I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, like, sounded like you were running gravel through, like, a meat grinder or something every time I fucking hit the brakes on it. It was so bad, dude. Like, luckily it wasn't affecting the, like, brake, you know, like, distance or anything like that. It was just, like, more of an inconvenience. It just sounded so fucked up, and, like, yeah, it wasn't the pads. But yeah, you're right though, like, fuck, I know. Yeah, dude, I know, man, I know. But like I said, I really do get the sense that the brakes had never been changed, or the rotors anyway, because I don't see how it could have gotten that bad. Like, just out of, like, normal wear and tear or whatever, you know. Like, that was just, like, one of those things. It was just so past due. But now that I have new rotors and everything, you know what I mean, it's like I'm good for a long ass time on that shit. So I wasn't really stressing it. Like, it was a lot of money. It was almost like, well, it was over $400. But yeah, like I said, I got new fucking rotors on there now and everything. So. I mean, that's the thing though, man, is, like, compared to, like, the cars I've had in the past where I was having to shell out, like, you know, way more fucking money than that for repairs and shit, like, and on a constant basis too, you know, like, I just haven't been fucking, it's just nothing to me, dude. Like, I've been through way worse than this, you know, like, fucking definitely grateful for having that car. And I take care of it too, you know. It's like, that's the thing, like, except for that brake situation, like, I stay on top of all that other shit, man. Like, constantly checking the oil and the fucking, basically, like, all the fluids, and just fucking keeping it, you know, fucking well maintained and shit. Let's see, something just looks jank. This whole arm just looks weird. Damn, man, I got a lot done so far now. Oh shit. I didn't realize how long it is. I'm gonna take a break real quick though. I need to fucking stretch a little bit if I can get out of this chair. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna take a break real quick. Send that out, save, and yeah, be right back.
Taste Channel 5.
We back. Yeah, I think making pretty good progress on this. I think we should be able to knock out like a lot of the main body or whatever tonight. And then, yeah, man, this chain though is gonna be such a. That's just gonna be tedious as hell, man. There's just so much of it. But I don't know. I feel like that's one of those things. It probably won't be too bad. But a lot of the shit is gonna have to be like separated out into separate layers anyway, so do it in stages. Alright, let's see what I want to do here. I think maybe do this. No. Maybe not. That's where that knife goes, right? Yeah, so I don't have to worry about that. So I feel like you should be able to see that part of this though, right? Maybe that's why I couldn't. Maybe that's what looked off about this. So, yeah, this should be. I think you should be able to see some of this here. Yeah. Yep. What even is this? Why is there this like lump right there? I don't know. Yeah, I guess that would sort of be there, right? Because the wrist is like technically turned up. I need to evaluate that. I don't know if that's, yeah. Oh, I fucking I went on Instagram real quick when I took a break. I saw you fucking liked a bunch of my posts. Your fucking dog account liked a bunch of my posts. Fucking weak. Do you not even use your other own anymore, man? It's like I actually ended up making a personal account too on mine, so I could post like all of the photography and shit. So I do take a lot of pictures and shit nowadays, and I just post Lego shit up there too. But yeah, I think I followed you on that account too. Like, feel free to check that shit out if you want. Like, it's mostly just graffiti pictures. Oh, okay. Shit, did you just deactivate that other one? Yeah, because it took me a while. Like I was like one of those things where I'd sort of been like meaning to get around to it, but I finally was just like, man, I have all these fucking pictures and I don't really ever do anything with them. Like, so I ended up making another account, which Instagram makes that shit pretty easy, because if you can just make like, it's like a dual account situation where you just like, if you're signed into one, you're signed into both of them, and you just literally like double click on your little fucking on your like little icon thing that's in the corner, and it logs you, switches you over to the other one. But yeah. It's just so slow, like getting fucking like, like growing your account and shit on there. It's like, I mean, it's just like on Twitter, man. It's like I don't even know how the fuck to do that shit anymore. Like Pluto was telling me if you do like the reels on Instagram, that supposedly those have like wider reach than just like your normal posts. And she was telling me like to do that shit with like the graffiti pictures, like to make reels out of that. And then I was thinking last night, I was like, well shit, man, I'm always doing like all these animated pieces. I could easily do reels of that shit. So that's what I'm gonna try doing that tonight after I log off. Is I'll take the piece that I just finished and like make a longer cut of it, and then make a reel out of that shit and see how that does tomorrow. But yeah, it's like I'm almost just like, well, I was talking about it before, I just don't even stress about the fucking numbers anymore, it's like it shit doesn't matter to me, like, it's just the only thing that's like, it's not like depressing or like frustrating or anything, but it's just like, it just kind of like sucks to like, it's like I just don't even know how the fuck to like, how the fuck you really even like grow your following or whatever, man, it's like, I feel like a lot of that shit is just really dependent on like almost pure luck, or like just what's trending, it's like if you like post, if you like do, which I notice a lot of that on Twitter for sure. If you just like, if there's something that's trending and people do artwork of it, sometimes it'll blow up, but then that shit's like super hit or miss, because I've seen people do shit like like that, where they'll like, whatever, something is trending and they'll do some artwork for that trending not hashtag or whatever, because people don't even use hashtag on Twitter anymore, but like just whatever, like whatever's trending, will do artwork related to it, and that post might blow the fuck up, but like nobody follows them, you know what I mean? It's like Twitter is real bad about that shit, especially I feel like, where it's like people will just like a post or retweet a post and just not give a fuck about following the person that like actually made it, I mean, it's like I said, that shit doesn't really fucking faze me anymore. It's not a big deal, but it's just one of those things, man. Like, how the fuck? Like, and I'm definitely grateful for like all the people that do follow me on there. I have a lot of musicians and shit that follow me on Twitter, and like one of the dudes was like commented on the last thing I did, and he said that he was really blown away by how fucking good it was and shit. And this shit was nice, man. Because I would definitely like to just start doing more music videos. Like, that's why I really like think a lot of those people follow me on there anyways, because they've seen the other music videos I've done and shit, and like, yeah, I would love to start just branching out and doing way more of that shit, man. That's the ideal, I guess. Just because, I mean, it's like, it's like I feel like it's like the closest I'm gonna get for a while to like actually doing the kind of content that I want to create, which is just like, you know, like I want to tell stories with my animation, but I want them to be like, you know, like music videos basically, where it's just all very, very little dialogue, if any, and just more based on like the music and the imagery and shit, you know, like fucking, you know, like Interstellar, dude, like the Daft Punk fucking, like that Daft Punk movie. I always point to that as being like the prime example of that shit. Is like, you know, it's like you can tell a whole story without like any dialogue, you know, and just the music. Like, that's what I'd like to fucking do. Like, and that's the thing is about having so many musicians and shit follow me on Twitter, is that I feel like if I ever got to the point where like I have enough money where I could start to start to like commission artists to make music for me, and like, you know, basically like create my own videos and stories around videos and shit. I feel like this hand is like not right at all. What's going on here? It's not right. I feel like this needs to just like come out. Yeah, that's right. I didn't need to stick out like it was before. I almost feel like this should be like, what is that even doing here? So I feel like, yeah, I always get to this point where like drawing knuckles and stuff is like, you know, fucking, and I still haven't found like a consistent way to do that. Yeah, that's right there. See, I don't think like that's not right at all. It needs to be, yeah, it needs to be like this. I feel like I totally reversed all these, should be. Maybe just come back to this. Figure out where these knuckles are. Yeah, because that's just not looking, that looks weird. I'll just go ahead and skip that for now. Come back to that. Alright, so okay. Yeah, I still haven't even bothered to like go back and play around with the little GIF tuber. Which, like, I mean, I figured out how to change the emotion states and shit, but it's like I still haven't figured out how to, whatchamacallit, I need to, like, yeah, I need to basically look into the OBS settings and shit to make it work. Like, I figured out how to do it, but I can't make it work. I haven't been able to make it work yet. Yeah, no shortage of fucking shit to work on right now, that's for sure. just not. I'm dreading doing this hair. I'm almost thinking I need to use the polyline tool because I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do like manually draw. I mean I can, but it's just gonna be so like. It's just gonna be lots of like little strokes and trying to get it all lined up. So I'll save that till later. Let's do this. Let's see. So it's that. Where is that? Actually, I think this is. Oh, okay. No, it is its own separate thing. Let's go. I don't know. I should keep everything where it's at. I think. Yeah, oh my god, that's way off. Can I just rotate it then? It's closer, but still off. Oops. It's not off by much. We'll go with that, but I need to adjust this, I think. So that's way off. So we can just make this bigger. Actually, I can't really move that, but we can rotate it. Can't move that. Remember, is that original? Do I even have that in here? Should I reference? Pull that up on fucking Instagram. I don't feel like doing that anymore. Alright, I might just go ahead and put it on there. Fuck it. I remember if this base has like these little. I think it was better with them anyway, so put it on there. How does that? I almost need to pull up the reference picture for that because I don't remember how it's supposed to look. God, I think dig way back. This is this is like months ago. I thought I'd saved it out. I need to take a screenshot of it. Shit. Oh, God. I don't think so. Okay, there it is. Shit, it is just like a weird, like, no, that's not what it looks like anyway. Yeah, so it is just like a weird, it's almost like scale. So should we do like that? Yeah, that's what we need to do. For now, There we go. Now we're fucking talking. Yeah. Same thing. Cool. So we'll do just cut in a little bit here. Actually, I keep forgetting this is like a separate layer, so I can just draw right through there. It doesn't matter. Actually, where the hell is that line at? Man, yeah. I don't know why that looks so off. Maybe because it's not really like the position of the line, it's like the angle of the line. Oh god. Okay, well, I guess that there we go. Now we see what the problem is. Well, I feel like because we can get away with moving this part of it there. We can't move the top part of it because that's where the knuckle is, and this wouldn't be like, that would be like, yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. So let's see if we can sort of adjust this to at least like line up better with this. We'll just erase this. Cool. Yeah, can't have that there even. Alright. I swear to God. YouTube. Alright, so yeah, that makes sense. I mean, this part's supposed to be bigger on the reference drawing. It's bigger anyway. Like, this is like two separate parts actually, but we didn't do it like that on the sketch. So. Alright, let's just make sure that looks good. It actually looks weird, but whatever. I actually think I'm gonna need to like move this whole hand down a little. I don't know, it might just be because the top, because I don't have the top part done yet. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can move these below this, turn this down. easy on ourselves and just drop a circle here rather than trying to do all this shit. Nice, looking nice. Alright, let's see, we should be able to just combine all this now. If nothing weird happens. Cool. Alright, that's that, that's that. Guess we can start to do the chain part now. Let's see, which we're gonna have to adjust some of this. I'm gonna have to make this a little longer. So let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Let's see, I really like this. Add an extra. Oh, shit. Let's see. Worried that was gonna be like a pain in the ass. It fit in there pretty good. So, alright, so now we just need to drop this down. Actually, shit. Making really good progress on this, man. It might not take as long as I thought it was gonna take, honestly. Even though, like, the animation stuff, and there's a lot of that, like, especially doing that rotating ball. Although I don't know, I should be able to create like a circle and then just copy the circle, because the only thing that really moves are the little spikes on it. But yeah, there's like a lot of. I'm still not sure how I'm gonna do the hair either. I think I'm just gonna end up using the like polyline tool rather than trying to do that manually by hand, just because a lot of those lines are sort of like flowing together and stuff. But yeah, we'll do that next time. I think we'll probably finish up this bit of chain. We got about another half hour or so. But yeah, made a lot of progress, man. Definitely getting more used to like the workflow, doing this streaming and shit. Good God. Pen is flying out of my hand and shit. Yeah, I knew this. I knew doing this chain was gonna be time consuming as hell there, man. I almost think like doing that bit of chain that's on the foreground is probably gonna almost take me like a whole. I could literally see that taking me like a whole stream just because it's so fucking good. Yeah, I mean this part, like holy shit, it's gonna take me a long time to fucking do. But I don't know, I feel like too it's one of those things where like I already put a lot of detail into the sketch part of it, so it makes the inking part a lot easier. Like there's no real guesswork on it. But it's still gonna, I could still easily see that taking almost a whole stream to do. But yeah, it's all good. It's coming out really good, I think. Definitely pleased with the amount of work I got done. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've always liked drawing chains. It's like one of those things when I'm sketching, like sometimes I'll literally just start like doodling chain links and shit, so it's something I had like a lot of practice doing before, so it definitely took me a number of different like tries in order to get it to like wrap around like I wanted it to there. Like originally the first like iteration of this whole thing, like it was way closer to the face. Actually I think it even like cut off part of the face, and that just wasn't working at all. Like I had to completely rework all that, and you can kind of see there's like this real faint line right here. So that was what I ended up doing, was I ended up drawing like a line where I wanted the chain to go, and then I went in and added the chain, just because like I wanted it to like wrap all the way around the body and then sort of like come up from behind here. And like originally I was like, well, maybe I should have it kind of coming around. But I was like, oh, it was way more complicated at first, but that wasn't like, it didn't sort of add anything. It was just sort of looked like it was way too busy, you know, it was just too much fucking going on. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I think it turned out pretty good. I used a lot of reference from I don't know if you remember that show, Yu Yu Hakusho. There's like a character on there that uses a weapon that's like sort of similar. It's like it's a sword, I think, but it's like it's like or no, it's just a whip, I think, actually. I don't fucking remember, but it's like it's like a fucking. Oh yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, dude, that part came out like I was surprised, especially the animation part. Like, well, I'll show you that real quick, but yeah, like I wasn't sure like how that was gonna fucking. It was one of those things where like the whole time I was drawing it, I was like, yeah, I want this ball to like rotate, but I was like, man, how the fuck do I do that though? You know, like, and then what I ended up doing was basically making. There's a top, well yeah, the top, you know, you can see the spike on the top, that doesn't actually like go anywhere, you know, and then there's basically like 3 rows, I guess, of spikes. There's this row right here, there's a middle row, and there's a bottom row, and basically they sort of like, spin around, and then, but they sort of like dip and dive too, which like that was part of the I sort of had to like figure that out. Originally they just sort of like spun around, but it just looked real weird. And then I was like, well, like maybe I can sort of make them like this sort of like S pattern or whatever, which is basically what it does. I sort of feel like that's one of those things you learn with animation. There's like a lot of sort of like tricks. It's like you don't, it's like you're not really trying to imitate like what it would look like in real life. You're almost trying to like figure out how to like trick the brain into thinking that it looks the way you want it to look. But yeah, I'm probably like the most proud of how that turned out, man. But yeah, I can't wait to see how that's gonna look when it's all inked and shit. Almost, yeah, shit. That's a good call, dude. It is pretty much a sine wave, yeah. It's yeah, it really is. Like, especially the middle one. Like, I think you can really see it on the middle. Let's see. Like, even maybe the bottom too, I think. Yeah, you can definitely see it in the middle. Like, it comes out from the top and then dips down and then comes back up again. So yeah, for sure, it is for sure a sine wave. The bottom, you can kind of see it too. The top is almost it almost is like a circle. It doesn't really do that at the top, but yeah, the middle and shit for sure. So there's actually like a lot of that though when I think about it, like how I animated the bubbles on that last piece is sort of the same thing. Like it's sort of like, yeah, it's like you sort of create this like sine wave pattern and then the bubbles sort of follow that. That's sort of, it's like the more that I think about it, there's a lot of that, man, because it's the same way when I like animate a fire or a flame. It sort of has a sine wave to it. You sort of create this like a shape pattern out of like circles, so it's like you sort of do like this, and then like the flame sort of follows, and you can have these little bits coming off of it, and then basically you get rid of the circles, but then like, so the next frame would be, instead of the circles being like that, it would be like this. And so you basically end up creating this like gradual, it's like the flame itself like pivots around these, this like oscillating, sine wave pattern. That was something that took me like a while to figure out, but like, once I sort of like figured that out, it definitely creates like much smoother animations. It's the same thing with like the bubbles, like I was saying, and like what else have I done like that? When I did that last music video, there's all the like bits of her coat sort of have that same pattern, the same effect to it. Oh man, I was watching, there's this YouTube channel I follow that does like sort of like documentary style shit on like a lot of like older, you know, generation of video games, Super Nintendo and shit. And they did one on Donkey Kong Country, and they had like an extended portion of that video about talking about how they did the music and shit, which is insane, dude. Like, it's almost like I would almost recommend it to you to watch, just because, like, dude, the way they talk about the way how they had to like work around the constraints of the cartridge system, and like the fact that like you could only process so many sounds at once. So what they would do is they would literally like instruct the program to swap out like whole portions of the song, like while the song is being played, so that they could use like the maximum amount of instruments and sounds and shit. Like, it's totally fucking insane, dude. But like supposedly, man, almost all that shit was created with a Korg wave station, which like I had no idea. But and fucking I have like a VST, I have like a Korg wave station VST. It's like one of those things that keep me in to fire that shit up and like fuck around with some of those sounds, because still like some of my favorite like video game music, man. That some of that shit is just timeless. But supposedly like the wave station had this like specific way of like producing like sounds, where it was like layering, it like layers the waves on top of each other in a certain way, where it's like they sort of like ride on top of each other and like fade in and out. And supposedly that's like the whole reason why that soundtrack is so distinct and shit. And I never fucked much with the wave station VST, so like I say, I just keep me in to like fire it up and just fuck around with it a little bit. It's been like, it hasn't actually been that long. I like opened up Ableton a couple weeks ago and was fucking around with it again, but it's been so long since I've like actually put anything together. Like, usually I'll get as far as like putting together a real basic fucking beat and then just like playing a synth over it or whatever. Like, yeah, dude, that's what they were sort of talking about in that documentary, like about how they were basically like tricking the they were literally just like using the software to trick the hardware into like using the maximum amount of like sounds that they could by basically instructing it to swap out the what the fuck is the word I'm looking for, like the sound library or whatever, you know. It's like you can only create so many sounds in the library at one time, and because there was such a restriction of RAM, you know, it's like the thing can only hold so many sounds in the library at one time. So what they would tell it to do is to like swap out the entire library like mid song, like mid track, which is just fucking absolutely insane to me. Like, I can't believe that they like figured out how to fucking do that, and like, you know, it's like flawless. It's like you wouldn't even think that that's what was going on behind the scenes, you know. Like, I mean, for sure, dude, for sure. That's the thing. They were like talking in that documentary. They talk about how like that game was still like peak when they showed it off for the first time at like it was either CES. It was probably CES, because I don't even think E3 was a thing yet. The Consumer Electronics Show. Like, fucking people thought that it was people thought it was running on next generation hardware, because that's how like. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll put the link. When I'm done here, I'll send it to you, man, because it's definitely worth checking out. And it's only like a half an hour long or whatever. But yeah, like, what the fuck, man? What was I saying? People thought that the graphics and the music and everything, the first time they showed it off, that everyone at the show thought it was so like groundbreaking that they thought it was all running on next generation hardware. Like, nobody believed that it was running on a Super Nintendo. And then when they basically revealed that it was, like, it instantly, basically like every retailer and like yeah, whatever. They basically like it became like an instant hit basically because everybody at this electronic show was so blown away by it that they all like placed the maximum amount of orders for it or whatever, and like that's basically how the game became as big as it was because like yeah, it was just so groundbreaking, dude, and like everybody that saw it knew that it was gonna be a big thing, and like yeah, it's just crazy, man. And even then, and even like the same thing with like the graphics and shit, how they would basically like they basically figured out ways to like, because once again there was only so much RAM and you can only hold so much like we would create these like patterns of like interchangeable tiles that the hardware or the software would then assemble into like the graphics that you see on screen. So in order to like maximize that shit, they were sort of doing the same thing that they were doing with the sound, where they would basically instruct it to like swap out these tiles and shit. And like the snow level, I guess, was like the most complicated thing that had ever been created up until that point. Like, and they were using like the fucking snow like effect to basically like help like mask some of what they were doing behind the scenes and shit. It's just crazy, man. Like but yeah, I'll definitely send that shit to you because it's fucking yeah, the first Donkey Kong Country, yeah. Just like, I mean, I still play that shit, man. Like, I got one of those, like, oh yeah, for sure. It definitely became like the fucking template or whatever for like platformers and shit going forward, and just like the whole idea of like, well, I guess like Super Mario World may have come first, but I just feel like the whole like idea of like creating like this like overworld, you know, map or whatever that you would sort of walk around on, and then levels were inside of that. Like, yeah, I feel like that was like really like sort of broke the mold as far as all that shit goes, man. Like, yeah, I mean, I still play like the first two. I still play Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 like all the time, man, because I got one of those SNES minis and have put all that shit on there. Like, well, I think it came with both of those, but I put the third one on there too, but I don't play that one as much. But yeah, just the music and fucking like they're still fun as hell to play, man. Like, yeah, I definitely feel like those games were like the whole template for like basically like every fucking platform that came after it, really. Because yeah, I mean, yeah, like you say, like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, like even like later shit like the Jack and Daxter games. Like I feel like all those you could definitely see the fucking the influence that the Donkey Kong Country games had on all that shit. I mean, shit, man. Even like, I even played like the one that was on, Wii. I think. Like, I played that one, and that one was pretty good too. But then, I mean, like, the fucking motion controls there, dude. Like, I don't know if you ever played a Wii, but that shit was just like unforgiving, dude. I bought a Wii, but I swear to God, I only played like. I didn't play very much of it, you know, just because, like, I fucking hated the goddamn motion controls and that shit. I feel like they really just, like, fucked themselves over with that shit, like, just because it was, like, no way to, like, you know, I mean, some games would allow you to, like, turn them off or use, like, alternative control schemes and shit, but some of them, it was just, like, especially fucking the Donkey Kong Country one, man, it got to the point where, like, I felt like my fucking wrists were gonna, like, shatter from fucking doing these, like, super repetitive ass fucking motions and shit. Like, it was, oh god, it was so annoying. Like, thank God they abandoned that shit. But I know that they, like, re-released that one on, like, Switch or whatever. At least I think they did, and I keep meaning to, like, go back and pick that shit up at some point, because they were definitely like real, like, direct sequels to those Donkey Kong Country games. Like, they did a good job with those. Probably gonna finish up this link to chain here and then go ahead and call it, because it's already been 3 hours. Or no, we just hit 3 hours, but still have shit to do tonight. I gotta fucking clean up that mess in the fucking kitchen, man. I didn't get a chance to, I, like, you know, did what I could do to make sure it wasn't fucking leaking everywhere anymore, but I gotta fucking clean up all the shit. The towels and the fucking, put like a bucket under there and shit. I need to get all that out of there. And I need to create a longer cut of that last piece so I can do a fucking reel of it on Instagram, post that shit up tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's being super busy these days, but it's good though. Better than fucking, I feel like I was definitely in like a rut there for a while after the fucking, like, mid-pandemic. Oh, god damn it, I just fucking did not mean to open up After Effects. Whatever, I actually do need to use that shit while I'm down here, but get the fuck out of here. Alright, yeah, alright, almost done. Let's go and finish up this little bit here. Alright. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it for tonight. Cause like I said, I still got shit I gotta do tonight. Fucking clean up that mess. No, looking forward to that. Just gotta take all that shit out to the garbage. Luckily, I'm like right, my apartment back door is right next to the garbage cans. So not that big of a deal. Just wanna see what this looks like. Cool. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, I think. Alright, I'll go ahead and call it there, and yeah, we'll pick up next time where we left off here, which like, we'll do the hair, and then jump into the animation stuff. I gotta draw this knife and then animate that little glare part. Well, there's more chain to do too. I gotta do shit, yeah. So we'll do the hair and the chain. That chain is literally gonna take up, I swear it's gonna take up the vast majority of the stream, but I guess we'll see. I mean, I definitely got way more than I thought I would get done today, so who knows. But yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for coming out as always. Thank everybody for hanging out, even if you're just lurking. It's all good. Always appreciate everybody hanging out. And yeah, see you next time. See you on Sunday. Peace out.